Hello everyone, welcome to Grace Hollow Rabbitry. I'm PJ, and this young lady right here is Jonsie. And of course she has her babies. They are 10 days old today, and I thought I would share with you how they're growing. And I apologize, I didn't bring out the tripod today, so you're just stuck at looking at the bunnies. Let's see. And I hate this age. The last 2 days I've come out, and the babies are big enough that they find their way out of the nest box. But they're still too small to find their way back in. So I take out as much of the hay and fur as possible. Well, I leave the fur and just enough hay that they can curl up into it and stay warm, but hopefully not enough to give them leverage and height to jump out of the box. And the last 2 days I've found a kit outside the box. Luckily they're old enough and it's warm enough that they were fine. But today, last night, we really took a nosedive with the temperatures. So I came out here today, and luckily, no one was out of the box. So that's terrific. And I think this little guy just peed on me. Jonsie says hello. She wants to know what you're doing so close to her babies. But she's very gentle. Alright, so here's one of our little babies. Look at that beautiful nose marking. Actually, all 7 of these are just beautifully marked. Even markings and a full nose mark. Look at that. This one's a little thinner than that other one. That first one was a chunk. Look at that. There's 2. Mom's cleaning the nest box. These guys are a little wet. I'd say some rain got to them. Look at the nose. Oh, so beautiful. That one's a little lighter marked. And it's not as fat as that first one either. Oh, now here's another butterball. Look at that face. How adorable. I love the white mask. Isn't that nice? I love the white mask. And he's a chunk. Or she. So that makes 4. Here's another little butterball. See, this one has more black on the face. Oh, let's see. Trying to see you. There we go. Look at that. Got a little Darth Vader face going on there. Nice and dark. And that's another little butterball. So that makes 5. Here we go. Here's another butterball. Yeah, he's another fat one. A lighter marked, lighter pattern. But even. Look how even. I mean, one side is almost identical to the other. This one's wiggling. There we go. And the eyes are open, it looks like. Yep. That makes 6. We have one more to scout for. Here we go. This one's nice and fat too. And it's also a lighter pattern. Mom's inquisitive again. Oh, look at that little fella. They've gotten a little damp. There we go. But their hay is dry and their fur is dry, so I think they're going to be okay. I don't need to change the bedding. So, alright, well. Looks like we have the eyes open, and the little guys are hopping in. Well, they're hopping out of the box. So, we took out most of the hay and fur. That way they still have enough to cuddle up into, but hopefully that'll leave them in the box for a few more days. We don't want them out too early. All right. Let's take a look at Mom. There we go. There you go. Good job, Jonsie. First time mom. Very protective, but not aggressive. You know, I really didn't need you, but you're turning out to be a real good doe. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned before, when we had her babies, but she's got plenty of color on her, and I would not have aesthetically thought of her as a Charlie. You know, a Charlie typically has less than 10% color. Now, she is a lighter color, you know, lighter marked doe, but plenty of color. However, she was bred to Blue Boy, who is a solid blue. So a broken bred to a solid, you know, we should have gotten, you know, 1 or 2 solids out of this litter. And every one of them turned out broken. So it questions, or it brings up the question, genetically, is this young doe a Charlie? Right now, I'm inclined to think she could be. I guess we really wouldn't know until we bred her to a solid, you know, another couple times or so. I can't recall right off the top of my head if Blue Boy has a broken parent. If he has a broken parent, even though I would say this full broken litter would not be unheard of, it would still, I think, would be not the standard. So I think she could possibly be a Charlie. And if that's the case, you know, I could use her. She's out of Cash and Dixie. My other Charlie doe that I held back there is out of Jasper and Biggers. So both these young ladies would be granddaughters of Ink. Now the Charlie doe out of Biggers, she is, you know, she's got a broken blue parent, so she would, for sure, from my best understanding, carry the dilute, so bred to a blue, we should get all broken blue babies, the way I understand it. And this young lady here appears not to have the diluted gene, and so I can breed her to a solid blue buck, and we will always get broken black, assuming she is genetically Charlie. Now, if she's not genetically Charlie, we could still get some solids out of her, you know, in a future litter. Very interesting. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed seeing these babies. I know this is kind of an unusual video, but I wanted you to see them. They're growing so big, so fast. And I thought you would enjoy Jonsie's babies here. Thanks for watching, and until we speak again, God bless. Hey, check out this new feeder. I just bought this over the weekend. It's a feeder and hay rack all at once. And the principle is, when the hay falls, it falls right into the J feeder, hopefully with less waste. Let's try this. I got some alfalfa hay here, and I'm just going to stick that right into the hay feeder. There we go. It doesn't have to be pretty. There we go. So now we have our feed and we have our hay. Let's see what the ladies do here. Yeah, they're eating both. We got some nibbling on the pellets, and we got some pulling hay out of feeder. This feeder I got from Camelot Moore Rabbit Supply, and it was under $5. I bought one. Well, they only had one, and so I bought it, and I wanted to try and see if I like it. If I do, I may purchase some more of these. I would like to have them in the 9.5-inch size, or the 11.5. I'm sorry. This one is 9.5, and I wanted 11.5-inch size, but they didn't have them. But I thought if this works out, I might put these on all of my weaning cages, because I like to give newly weaned rabbits some alfalfa hay. It just helps them transition better. So far it seems to work nicely. These guys are just pulling that hay right on out of there. Let me open the door. There we go. Let's see if we can get a better look that way. Well, hey, if you're interested in trying one of these, like I said, go to Camelot Moore, and you can talk to any of those, Dory or Jeff or Marion or, you know, Dwayne. You can talk to any of these guys, and they'll set you up. Hey, be sure to tell them I sent you, too.